So you want to write a book, but you've been stuck in research mode for a decade. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but you know what I'm talking about. And trust me, I do too. I'm Steve Bivens, the Naked Writing Coach. I've written 8 books in the last 10 years and self-published them. And I'm a trained historian. So I love research, right? Especially historical research, but any kind of research. I love it. Problem is you get sucked down the research hole. As soon as you start Googling shit, right? Hours drift away. You haven't written a damn word, okay? And if you do this over and over again, you never write anything. And then it becomes an excuse to procrastinate actually writing the fucking book. Here's how you solve this, okay? I'm gonna tell you how to solve this. This is how I do it, all right? As soon as first off, okay, I set a timer every day. I sit down and I actually write words. This is part of my philosophy and method of writing that if you follow me at all, you already know this. If you don't, this is how you do it. You pick a chapter, a scene, whatever. Doesn't matter which one or what in what order necessarily. And you sit down, you set a timer for however long you're going to plan to write. You know, no more than an hour max. And that's usually what I do, an hour, if I have an hour. Otherwise, you do 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. You sit down, set that timer, press go, and you start typing. As fast as you can. You do not slow down to fix any mistakes, typos, punctuation. It doesn't make any difference. You don't fix anything, okay? You just write like mad until the timer goes off, and then you stop in the middle of a sentence. That's the method. Now, the problem is, a lot of times while I'm typing, I run across something I don't know, right? It might be the name of a character if I'm writing fiction, or it might be the name of a real person if I'm writing nonfiction. And then I'm like, I should look that up, or I should create that character or whatever. No, you are creating the character by writing them into the scene. They don't need a fucking name yet. No one's gonna read this first draft. Remember that. Or you mention some historical character or event, right? Or you want to describe what a character's wearing and you're not sure if it's historically accurate, if you're writing historical fiction or something. Or you're writing sci-fi and you're not sure if if the thing that you just wrote is more fi than sci. Right? So you're like, well, I should look that to see if that's scientifically possible or whatever. No, just keep writing. But here's what I do so that I can keep writing and not be sucked down the research hole. All right? Because research, most of it should not be done until well into, at least good ways into, the actual editing process. And the first draft is not editing time at all. It's a no when it comes to the Naked Writing Coach. It will stop you in your tracks, slow you down. You'll never get finished, or it'll take forever. All right, so you don't research while writing the first draft. In fact, it's a good ways into the editing process before you do. But how are you going to remember to look that thing up that you thought about while you were writing your first draft? Simple. This is what I do. Let's say I don't know the name of a person or a character. I don't have a name for them yet, or I forgot the historical person's name, I will just hit all caps and write name, and then take the all caps off, hopefully, and then keep writing fast as I can write. That way, when I'm going through subsequent drafts and edits later, every time I'm gonna see that little note right in the middle of the text, you know, name, or look this up, right? If it's an event or some other thing you need to look up to find out if it's scientifically possible or not in your scientific fictional world, if you want to be that accurate, then you just say, look this up in all caps, right? And that is a simple solution to keep you from being sucked down the research hole. Now, I actually have a course on researching for historical fiction, $7. It actually applies to any kind of research, especially for fiction. But in many ways, it applies to nonfiction too. Some of the stuff is geared more towards fiction and historical fiction. But the principles that I just laid out here are the main thing in that course. There's some other ways of avoiding the research hole that are in that course as well. This video is already getting long, and I don't want to try to remember all those points and put them into one video. But yeah, I have a course. If you click the link in my bio or the link below this video, if you're on YouTube, you can grab that course or any of my courses. Speaking of, don't forget that currently I am taking on people for my 5-day fuck on naked book writing boot camp. Let's try saying that 5 fucking times in a row. I can't do it. Where we're gonna spend 5 hours over subsequent days, probably divided up, and as a group, going through the whole process of writing a book from start to finish and self-publishing it. And then you're going to get another hour one-on-one with me where we talk about that. You're also going to get both of my main courses. They're $27 a piece, the fiction one and the nonfiction, just in case you decided to write the other genre at some point and you're like, well, I don't know how to write nonfiction. Well, you'll have the course. I'm also going to have a discussion group set up either on Facebook, or I'm looking at other options where you guys will be members forever, and you can discuss amongst yourselves. You'll be the founding members of that group. There's a couple other things involved in there. You can check that out also through the link in my bio or down below the video here. And there are spots left, so don't fuck around though. Grab them before they're gone. All right, guys. Hope that helps. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Send me a DM. You know, put them in the comments. I like comments. Fuck on. Let's write your book.